Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of Create Expectations. If you have not eaten any of your vegetables, you need to go do that first.
I hate that you're associating my channel with vegetables. That's so weak.
You should take it as a compliment, to be healthy in the game. You need to eat your vegetables. I don't know what I'm saying. Go watch the first half first on Sarah's channel.
Right, my channel's necessary, is what we're
Yeah,
saying.
exactly. And then you can come back here for chocolate cake.
If you want to, if you're not full from all the sustenance and nutrients from my channel.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sorry. It's not gonna die now because I'm not gonna let it die.
I'm cool with it dying, for the record.
Of course you are. Ah man. All right. So we did a whole bunch of chatting and sustenance over there. Do you want to do some speed GAC? I can't talk because I haven't eaten my vegetables.
Some Spud GAC.
Some
You think
Spud.
that sounds more like my channel. Like it's more vegetable like if it's a Spud, but
So speed GAC.
yeah, I don't think we've done it on your channel.
No, we haven't. You're right. We normally do it on yours. This is weird. What a time to be alive.
I know, we're actually going to talk about GAC on your channel. This is crazy.
Ugh.
I know.
All right.
I know, this is the conquest zone, whatever. But
Conquest and Cam. That's all we care about.
yeah, you should just rename your channel.
Conquest
and Cam.
Oh man. No.
All right.
Okay. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? I gotta get a thing out. Stopwatch.
A thing?
You know what I mean.
I just use my computer's clock. Like I just pull it up and
Yeah. Well,
that's fine. You can get a watch or
I'm good. That's on my
like
phone.
a sand dial. That sounds about like the Canadian way. A sundial.
A sundial?
Yeah.
No. Like a phone.
Like a sand, like an hourglass. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Who's going first?
Your call. Your call. I think I went first last time.
You did. So do you want me to go first this time?
I don't care.
All right. I'm glad you care.
Okay, so you can go first.
All right. Tell
me. You have 5 seconds till we start.
Oh boy.
2, 1, go.
Okay, so first guy I faced last week knew who I was, and then was an 8 million GP player with 5 Galactic Legends, and I had no idea what to expect. Kind of had an idea, but not really an idea. And he just stonewalled me hard. I lost. It was disgusting. It was so brutal. I was like, I could not even clear him. It was disgusting. So kudos to him. But anyway, yeah, it was bad. Second guy I faced also was an 8 million account and also had 5 Galactic Legends. And I knew that he was going to set at least 4 of them, which is exactly what he did. So I stonewalled him. And then this one was awesome because I got to do 3 off meta counters on Galactic Legends. So I only took one I only took 1 Galactic Legend on offense, and I cleared 4 of his.
Oh, you're supposed to stop 4 seconds ago, by the way.
Way to go. Way to keep track of the time.
I was so engrossed in your story. So, did you even have a third round?
No, we could just pretend I didn't.
Okay, quick details on the third. Oh, so the second one...
I won.
And off meta countered the F out of him.
Yeah, it was great. So I won, and then the last round I lost.
Oh, yeah, we don't talk about that round.
No.
Yeah, we don't talk about that round. Yeah.
No. So if we just pretend I didn't have a third round, I had a 50% success rate.
Which is still...
Instead of a 33.
I was gonna say that that's an F, but in Canada that's like cause for celebration. Like, yay,
50% is a pass. You technically did not fail. You passed if you got a 50.
What?
Yeah.
50's like in United States it's like so far away from Pat like a D is a 60%. Like the worst like a D minus is a 60%.
Yeah, no.
And that's ugh, like okay, you got a different letter than an F, so congratulations.
It wasn't like, hey, congratulations, you got a 50. It was still bad, but technically you passed. Yeah.
Hashtag standards. All right.
All right, tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready now, Ish.
Now-ish. Okay.
Would
So,
you which account should I do?
ooh, I
Besides
just
Prevail
assumed
Man.
I just assumed that you were gonna do your main.
I could do my main. It's fine.
But I mean, you can change it up.
My main is more interesting to me, but
Okay, do your main.
all right, good conversation.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, first guy I faced was against a guy with 10.5 million GPM at 9.3 million. So, pretty big disadvantage. He's got some cool uh, Omicrons on his Akbar and Leia squad, and I ended up beating him by a little bit. He's a very good player, though, so it was a very challenging match. Next one was against a guy who was 10.2 million GP, and he had the same level of account. He just didn't level up his really good characters, and I just got stuck on his Kenobi team in the back because of my counter didn't have the right speed mods set for my Padme squad, and so I lost that one. Unfortunately, made me sad. And then the final one was against a guy who was a 9 million GP account. He was a secret Kraken though, because he had the same everything leveled up to Relic 8 and 7 of usable characters for GAC. So I ended up being able to beat him. He couldn't clear my Iden team for a long time, and to do that, he had to sacrifice his Jedi Master Kenobi
Time.
counter. Well, I'd say I still won.
Yeah, that's because you say you win before you explain what happened.
So then I won.
You know
He
what you
couldn't.
do? You're
He
eating
couldn't
your
clear.
chocolate cake before you have your vegetables. That's what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I'm a grown up.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Rude. Rude behavior.
Just because I win, it's not rude.
So you won.
I won 2-1 for the week, so 4-2
Oh.
for the season so far.
Hey, I'm 4-2 as well so far.
Yay for us!
Except
Winning
that
records.
I went back to cover 2.
Oh, I
Fine.
was like, you went back to Kyber as well, but I get it to the Kyber 2 league. Yeah, well,
Back to cover 2.
welcome
The
back
number.
home. Welcome
Yeah.
home.
Welcome home. This is where I live.
That's where my alt lives. You
I
can't
know.
escape.
I know. You're gonna eventually match me. It's gonna be awful.
My alt needs to. I only have one GL, and I like last week was 4 GLs or above on every account except mine,
Hmm.
and I beat one of them. I came close on another one. I feel like that's an okay showing, but I can usually beat people with 3 GLs. Like usually that's an expectation. I'm like, okay, if I'm a better player, then I can beat them. At 4 is where it's really tough to overcome that.
Hmm. Which is
That's what I've
fair.
learned.
You have one.
Yeah, and I beat people with 6 before, so we're good.
Yeah. All right. So that's our GACs.
All right, that was speediest of us.
Yeah,
Expedient.
sort of. A little.
We
Uh
both failed.
we both failed. So shall we do some questions? Because we've got a few.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. uh Matthias Smith says, I know Sarah doesn't like 3v3, and there is no sign of it coming back, but what do you think about sprinkling in 3-man teams in GAC to keep things spicy? Like putting 1 3-man team in each zone.
What do you think?
I would hate this.
Yeah.
I think so. And I think this is where it would get. So one, now you have to think 2 ways. You have to think 5v5 and 3v3 at the same time, which is just too much.
It's like doing math.
It's worse than that. but you've got this like dual track of a mentality going on. And then I don't know, I feel like if I saw like two or three 5-man teams in a node and then I saw a 3-person team, I don't how this goes back exactly to what I was just saying, where you have to think about both. How do you know? How would you divide your roster in order to counter this? And like, could you just go really overpowered on that 3v3 team? Then it wouldn't be because you're only having. I don't know. I feel like this would be real messy in coding. There'd be
Yeah.
a lot of bugs.
This would probably be really interesting with Lord Vader, because right now he's getting beat bloody in 5v5, but
Mm-hmm.
3v3 is probably still a monster, is my guess.
Right.
Yeah, I think this wouldn't work. I would bet pretty good money that coding wise it just is a no go. But even if it was a go, I
Mm-hmm.
think it would just confuse too many people. Like those of us who play the like people who are watching this channel, watching my channel, like they're people who are more involved in the game, who are more interested and like engaged. I think that the majority of players just don't watch YouTube and they don't log in every single day, or maybe they do, but they just like laugh about things and like, hey, I'm making this like really awkward like Jedi team that has like Eth Koth lead or something like that. Like
Yeah.
people don't take it as seriously, and so they go into GAC and they're suddenly like, why can't I put 5 guys in this squad? Like it's broken. There's gonna get bug reports. It's gonna be, I mean, I think that on some levels it would be interesting. I'd be willing to try it. I think if they were just like, hey, we're
Mm-hmm.
just gonna try it once and see if people really like it or not.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. Like I know of players who didn't even know that crystals were being removed from Squad Arena until they were gone.
Right.
And
Well,
it's
because
because those people, they're just casual players and they don't pay attention to what's going on.
right, yeah, they just and there's an enormous number of people like that who
Mhm.
and they'll even buy packs here and there. So I don't know. I think it could just make a bigger mess than is necessary. Not to mention the coding thing. I think is probably just on its own something that excludes. But if you take it a little bit further though, the fleets is in a way 3v3
How?
because you only have 3 ships to start with.
Right. Okay, but that's always been the case.
No, it used to be 5v5. You used to start with 5 ships.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I totally blocked that out. You're right. That's how
Yeah.
much I hate ships.
You're like, I've never actually played ships,
I'm
so.
like, you're right. It did used to have
Hmm.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, no. We just don't need 3v3 to come back. I don't know if do you okay, so side question. Do you actually think we'll get 3v3 back?
I know that the devs at one point had been talking about fixing Moff Gideon's leadership to work in 3v3 and Star Killers in 3v3.
Right.
So and they did talk about 3 like they specifically mentioned, oh yeah, like when we're going to do 5v5 for a while, let everyone get settled in, get
Hmm.
used to this new, like replacement of Squad Arena. And so I think that made a lot of sense. I think that they better address it if they're not going to get rid of if they're going to get rid of it. I personally think that it's really nice, a nice change of pace.
Right.
Like, and I do better in 3v3 because then I don't have to worry about. I mean, I can't play in a territory war guild that has
Mhm.
all like the cutting edge tech. It
Right.
just doesn't work for me. But in 3v3, like the territory war guilds aren't designing 3v3 teams, and so I'm on more equal footing with some of these big guys.
Yeah.
So personally, I kind of like that, but plus it opens the door for so many interesting theory crafts. It'd be
Mhm.
pretty overwhelming with all the new characters you've gotten though.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to figure out where you're going to plug all of those characters in.
Yeah, so yeah, I play. I'd like 3v3 to come back, but
Mhm. Yeah. All right. Fair.
I don't know. I think I think there's a chance that the devs are just like, you know what, everyone's happy with fives. Let's just scrap threes.
Mhm.
But I hope they don't. Personally,
Fair. Well,
you don't like 3v3 though.
I don't like 3v3 because it just kills my brain.
I think that you are smarter than you give yourself credit for. And you could, once you get accustomed to to that game mode, I think you could thrive.
I actually did enjoy 3v3 when it first came out, which is what I was the same with Grand Arena. I enjoyed it when it first came out. Um, so I know that I would enjoy the game mode. It just would take a lot of my mental energy to do it.
Sure.
Which, yes, you're absolutely right. Like if I actually focused on it and made a game plan like the way I am now in Grand Arena,
Mm-hmm.
I would be fine with it. But I don't want to.
Well, in a lot of ways, 3v3 is easier because the GLs just have to counter each other because there's the off meta choices in threes
Yeah,
are way more limited.
right.
Like a Galactic Legend is ludicrously overpowered in threes.
Right.
So,
Fair. Okay. Okay, so next question.
mm-hmm.
So Adise said on episode 7, you
So
said that
two ago.
all
Mm-hmm.
3 ago.
Right, I can do math. Continue.
Wow. Here we are. Okay.
No, it's two ago because this is 10. So like there's
Yeah.
two before this, and then the one right before that. We're good.
So 3 episodes ago on episode 7, you said
Canadians.
you said that all free-to-play players should have a plan to get Finalizer and or Radis. If you have no plans to go for Ray or Kylo, the Galactic Legends, which one of those should you prioritize of the ships?
So I feel like this is directed at me, but I'll give you the chance to answer first if you're interested.
Um, I personally would prioritize Radis first.
Why is that?
I find okay, so I know you can use Finalizer to clean up on an Executor. I have had better luck using Radis to clean up on an Executor and blowing up the ship,
Okay.
which is why I would do it personally.
So I would go Finalizer
I knew you were going to
because
say Finalizer.
okay, there's two reasons though. Okay, so first off, the characters that you use as pilots are gonna just be way more impactful to you. Like you need Crew, which is he's a fantastic plug and play tank. He's got the 2 turn auto stun, like amazing stuff. Like just one of the very best out there actually. And then I mean the Hux is just useful as a character in the first context of First Order. And so that's what I would work on. You get a decent, an amazing First Order squad, but like decent. And then on top of that, it's also a team. Right now, Radis doesn't have any fleets that it specifically counters. Right now,
Right.
it's a good cleanup, and there's no debating that. And it's actually a much cleaner, like you said, a much cleaner, more consistent cleanup to Executor, especially with this new bomber. I have it at 7 stars, and it is just so smooth. Not to mention, it's really nice in light side territory battles, being able to use like that, like being able to put the Galactic Republic fleet into the special mission, and then it was a really smooth ride to use Radis with that bomber.
Man.
So like it is nice. I won't deny it. But Finalizer actually just consistently counters like Negotiator at this
Right.
point. So I think that in terms of your overall counters, Finalizer is going to be a better choice.
Okay.
That's my
Which is fair.
my choice, my take on it. Not to mention the resistance characters you have to gear up are all just so
Yeah.
not usable and awful. It's like Rose, Resistance Trooper, Poe, like OG Poe.
Ray and Finn.
Yeah, like the bad versions of all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not getting a solid resistance team out of them.
Right.
Yeah. Fair. I don't use my finalizer unless I absolutely have to.
Do you have it at 7 stars?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I was just curious.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How much time do we have?
Between 5 and 10 minutes.
Okay, so we can do one more. And let's do Catilia's because I think we can handle this in 5 minutes. Are there any abilities you recommend not to upgrade because they are harmful to the character or team's performance?
I have a few. Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
So the one that I immediately thought of is Cam's taunt,
Absolutely.
which I foolishly did when I unlocked Cam. So
I did too.
so that ability never gets used for me.
Never ever. Yep.
Never ever. Okay, so what about you? What did you think of right away, other than Cam?
So fives.
Okay.
His special. He can
Mhm.
taunt. He taunts with it, and it's you don't want him to taunt a lot of times. If he's with General Skywalker, then it doesn't matter as much. But if you want to call someone to assist,
Mhm.
then you don't want him to be taunting. You don't want fives to taunt. You want him to die a
Right.
horrific death. And a lot of times, if you're using them for offense, the AI will do that happily. But if you're forcing the AI to hit you, they are going to hit you. Like play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and so being able to get rid of that is nice. Of course,
Mhm.
that hurts his ship and his speed and all of that, so that might be another consideration. But that's definitely one.
Mhm. Okay. So you have,
Um,
I feel like you have others.
well, so for the most part, I just throw them all on there. I did like their example of Hux with
Mhm.
his basic. There's this argument that it just won't die where you don't put the basic on General Skywalker
Okay.
because with his basic in its non Zeta form, I guess this is a
Mhm.
Zeta, but at the same time, I mean, I think it's still relevant. If you just leave it, then he never misses with that. Like he can't miss with his basic, but he
Mhm.
can miss with his what's it called, like telekinesis or some whatever ability.
The bonus one that he gets.
Yeah, like he'll
Mhm.
always get a bonus one though if he uses his basic, and
Mhm.
so you never miss with it, and therefore like you get a bunch of the basic has a few different good qualities that you don't get from the other one, and so there's been this argument from the very start, and the truth of it is to me like for the most part if he's hitting the first like a lot of times yes it's nice to hit through foresight twice in
Mhm.
a row or whatever but
Mhm.
given the context of what's going on a lot of times that second one isn't going to make a huge difference and a lot of times if you do use the second it has some really good impact as well that you like people don't really understand what they're missing until they don't have that so
Right.
I don't know. I might try it for a little bit on Prevail Man once I unlock him, just to see,
Mhm.
and we can gauge. Okay, this is how he does against a Darth Revan team without it. We'll get a
Right.
ton of footage of all the different things, and then here's how he does with it. Maybe we can do some science, but
Hmm. I didn't think of that one.
it's an interesting one. I think I made a video about this at one point about all the different, but I don't remember all the surprise. I don't remember.
All
Uh,
the different abilities you don't want to maximize.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, for the most part, you do just want to max all of them. Frankly, like there's one like Poe's. Oh, this one is funny. Poe Dameron, like the
Mhm.
OG Poe.
Yeah.
You give him his basic Omega
Mhm.
plus 5% damage.
Okay.
It's not like plus 15 like all the other Omegas. It's plus 5 on a character that doesn't do damage anyways.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
But
I
it helps his
mean,
ship.
true. I, I don't know. I'm personally of the opinion that I don't like purposely making my characters weaker or lesser than what they're intended to be. So
Yeah.
they usually just get everything.
I typically am the same. One thing, well, I guess it is different, but like one thing that is happening quite a bit in a lot of different arenas is in fleets. What people will do is they'll make their Cad Bane way stronger than their Beskar, whether through mods or through relics,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the Executor mirror they can have their Cad Bane go first
Mm-hmm.
because the speeds are similar to Razor between Razor Crest and Xanadu Blood, and then if that changes the whole dynamic of the ships,
Yeah.
and it drives me so crazy that that exists, which is another argument for me wanting ship mods, which you don't want.
No. No more mods. Dude, I gotta get my own mods in order on my characters. I don't, let's not add ships there.
Very well.
All right. I think that's it. We're out of time.
Yeah, I think so.
All
This
right.
is fun. More podcast style. Guys, give
Yeah.
us feedback in the comments, please. If you just want more podcast kind of topics, if you want us to release this as a podcast, if you don't care about us being whoa in the game, then
Then we can. Yeah, awesome. So I guess that's it. That's
uh,
all.
that's all, folks.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Later, guys.